What's happening, everybody? How yous doing? How yous doing? What's going on Facebook? What's going on Instagram? What's going on, everybody around the world today? If you're checking in with me and you're watching Mike Marino live from my mother's basement. Now, of course, right now I'm really not in my mother's basement. This is my studio in North Hollywood, California, and this is where we broadcast here. And I always say we because I'm not by myself. Yes, I'm on the show, and every once in a while we have casts on the show and celebrities and people who want to come on the show and talk a little bit. That's really, really cool. But there are people behind the scenes who make this happen. So, an up first shout out to Cody Boson, who's the director of everything I do, including the web series Make America Italian Again, which we're going to talk about that. It's a comedy, folks, not meant to offend anybody. It's a comedy. Make America Italian Again. It's a play on words. You know the words. Make America Great Again. Make America Italian Again. It's silly. It's fun. You're supposed to laugh. And I want to thank my producer, social media manager. She works very, very hard on everything that I do. And sometimes these people behind the scenes don't get the thanks that they should. And I know a lot of people have heard me mention her name. I really should have them both on the show. Tatiana Blue Shell is the one who does all my social media. She produces this show. She makes it look good. She tells me when not to do all of this stuff. So if you would like to have a podcast, if you would like some social media, maybe you have a business you want to promote, maybe you have a situation you want to talk about, be social media management at gmail.com. Be social media management at gmail.com. Write to Tatiana. Tell her I said hello. You say hello, and you want to know how to do some promotions for your company, whatever that business may be. Right now on Instagram, I want to do a real quick shout out to Real Italians. It's nice to see you guys. Keep doing the right thing. Shout out to the Mike Marino Show, and I will shout out to you too, okay? Everybody could find me on the internet like you're finding me right now. You just go to mikemarino.net. That's my website. And on YouTube, it's YouTube/Mike Marino Live. It's June 12th. It's still crazy in the world. And now, I don't know about you people, but I don't know exactly what the crazy is anymore. Is it COVID-19, the pandemic? Or is it the protesting? Is it the riots? Is it the way things should be, gonna be, the new way, the old way? Whatever happened to old school? Nobody seems to talk about that anymore. Whatever happened to ISIS? Where did they go? Nobody talks about them anymore. Nobody talks about the war in a foreign country anymore. Everybody talks about what's going on down the block. It's getting a little out of hand. Don't you think enough's enough? I just want a little bit of normal, just a little bit. I'll be twice as nice as I ever was. Not that I ever was a bad guy anyway. This shit starts making you feel like you're a bad guy, like I did something wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. Half you people watching didn't do anything wrong, but you start feeling like, what the fuck did I do? So we're gonna have to see if we can't straighten that out. Let's do some shout outs real quick. I'm starting to stutter. Darlene, it's nice to see you. Thank you so much for writing in. And James Crothium, JJ, thank you so much, JJ, for everything that you do. You're a dynamite guy. You love good-hearted people that would never harm a fly. And I love Arizona. And thank you so much, everybody, from writing in from all over the country, different parts of the world, because I am such a lucky and a blessed entertainer that I have fans that write in from around the world who like to hear what I have to say, and I like to hear and read what they have to say. Not only am I blessed as a comedian, I'm going to say I'm also blessed as an actor, because one of my favorite actors in the world is watching me right now. This is Joseph D'Onofrio, and if you don't know the name, you should, because Joseph D'Onofrio was in some of the all-time biggest movies in the world. And we're talking about Goodfellas, and we're talking about A Bronx Tale. Two of the greatest movies of all time that I would give anything to have been a part of. And Joseph D'Onofrio, who now co-stars in a TV show that I did called Silent Partners, which we hope comes out by the end of the year or next year. It's a dynamite TV series that we hope would rival something like The Sopranos, based on true events that happened in the 80s in Miami to a certain part of a mob family, let's say one of the sanctions or the heads of a different family outside of New York, outside of Chicago, outside of New Jersey, Miami. And Joe is actually writing to me right now saying that he's blushing. You're a talented guy, you're a good guy, and I know he's a hardcore Brooklynite, and so I hope you're doing okay. And cheers to Ciro DiPaggio, who's the producer and star of Silent Partners. Someone's writing into the show right now about Ciro. So I heard in the news that he's not feeling well. He actually went into the hospital. Now, I don't know everything. I just hope this guy is okay. So prayers for our friends. Somebody's actually writing to me in Italian. All right, well, I don't speak that good of Italian. However, God bless everybody. Let's hope that we can make this a good podcast and a good beginning of the year. So, Joe, I'm coming back to New Jersey on June 29 after I finish 6 shows in Florida, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And I hope that all those shows are going to be successful because it's the first time that I'm going back on stage in 3 months, which could be a lot of fun. All right. Some of my fellow entertainers writing into the show right now asking me how I am, like one of my favorite entertainers other than my actor friend Joseph D'Onofrio, who's actually doing stand-up right now, and he's doing really, really great. It's not that great of a time to be doing stand-up because all the clubs are closed, but you get back in the game and we're going to make that happen. Thanks for always making us laugh our asses off at your shows. Hope to see you soon. Thank you so much, Kerry, for saying that. Prayers to DiPaggio. I appreciate that. Michael Hughes, nice to see you. Carlo Russo is a comedian. He's part of a comedy team, one of the old school comedy teams called the Uncle Louie Variety Show. Folks, when an entertainer tells you about how another entertainer is doing and how great he is, you can trust that that show is a great show because entertainers mostly might not talk about each other. But here on my show, if I see something that I think is great, I will tell you it is great. So, Joseph D'Onofrio, great actor, major movies. I rubbed up against him. He's a movie star. Carlo Russo from the Uncle Louie Variety Show. Yes, bring back the old school. Somebody's saying bring back old school. I want to say something. Old school, new school. Let's get the kids back into our school so that I can actually learn how to be amongst each other. I think that's one of the biggest problems in the world right now. If you think that you're going to be a good person out on the streets and in the world by what you learn from the internet, as far as I'm concerned, no, that ain't happening. How are you going to be good hanging around with somebody if you can't hang around with somebody? By watching them in a computer? When I was a kid, you went out on the street and you played dodgeball. Do you remember dodgeball, ladies and gentlemen? Dodgeball. You took a rubber ball and you threw it at another guy. And we all did the same thing. We took the ball as big as it was and threw it at the smallest person so it would hit him in the head and make him look silly when he got hit. We weren't being mean. We were having fun. Right? It was fun. I couldn't wait to get hit with the dodgeball because once I got hit, it was my turn. And once I had the ball, I was ready to retaliate. That's how you learn to be with other people. I think sometimes when I watch some of these millennials say things like, oh, we don't need the police. Oh, yeah? You need to get your ass kicked. How about that? How about you walk down a really bad street that you don't belong walking down and something happens to you? And then you dial 911 and you get a buzzer saying, oh, we can't take your phone call. We're busy right now. Yeah, wait till you see how fast that person learns that maybe that's not such a good idea. I mean, that's all I'm going to say on that. That's all I'm going to say on that. But I'll tell you, hi, Mike. Good to see you, Darlene. Nice to see you. And Brian Figueroa. All right, Brian bought a, yeah, I see what they're doing. I appreciate that. Brian bought from me one of my tracksuits. The tracksuits are fun. They're great material. They fit good. many different sizes. I order them special. I make each one at a time, specifically for the person who orders one. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's say you go to my website, MikeMarino.net, and you want to buy one of these shirts that say New Jersey's Bad Boy Comedy Mike Marino. I will alter it for you. I altered this one. You know why I altered this one? Because I've been working out like a maniac as best I can. I'm 57 years old. I'm 57 years old. I lost 12 pounds. I went to go see the doctor. I get my blood checked for my cholesterol levels. I get my blood checked for my liver enzymes, testosterone, I don't know, this, that, the other thing, the whole whip, the boop, the boop. I asked the doctor, should I get checked for corona? He said, no, leave yourself alone. You are healthy as an ox. You look good. You're doing good. Don't worry about nothing. And away you go. Let me see. I'm getting a letter right now I want to read. From the Italian quarter of Lancaster in the United Kingdom, which was called Lancastrium when it was developed as a Roman fort when it was part of the Roman Empire. Well, hey, man, thank you so much, Patrick. I appreciate that. Sometimes getting letters from different parts of the country can make a guy like me feel really, really great. Could you imagine getting a letter from the United Kingdom while you're doing a podcast? I get letters from Spain, France, of course, England, every state in the United States, and of course my home state of New Jersey, Italy, and some of the crazy Zimbabwe. It really makes me feel good because that means people who haven't seen me perform live, obviously couldn't see me perform live, they're in different parts of the world, enjoy my comedy, and they're watching my comedy on YouTube. And once again, my production team who puts that together, thank you so much for making that the way it's supposed to be. But like I was saying, yes, I went and had all my blood checked so that I could make sure that I'm ready to travel. I normally travel every weekend. Every weekend, I jump on a plane and I go to a different part of the country or Canada. Once a month, I was entertaining on a cruise ship. On December 15th, I did my last show in Leavenworth, Kansas. And when the show was over, I flew back to Los Angeles because I have a place here and I have a place in New Jersey. I'm a very lucky guy, but I work really, really hard. I work hard to entertain everybody in every race. I want everybody to eat at my table. Come on over. Everybody's welcome at my table. Because this is the way I was brought up, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I don't want to get off track, but you know what my mother and father said to me? You can be friends with everybody. Invite them over to the table. And when they sit at the table, you will know what kind of friends you have by what they bring over. Because everybody brings something to a buffet. No, what do you call it when you're having everybody over? Everybody got to bring something. What's it called? Everybody got to bring something. It's called something. I'm drawing a fucking blank over here. A bring your own potluck. A potluck. Okay, you rock. Thank you so much, Olstein Lee. Why is it Olstein Lee? Why ain't it Lee Olstein? But it's nice to see you. I'm headed to Florida, and I think you're in Florida. Thank you so much. Do you know how sad we would be during these times without your humor? Oh, you're going to make me cry. Vene, Vidi, Vixi, Travel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow, that's the ultimate compliment. I will always do comedy. Especially now, because you, one person out of thousands of people who watch my show, said that. That's the nicest thing I heard today. And if I'm important to you, then I'm staying on the air. I'm staying a comedian, and I'm never going to give this up. Because every once in a while, comedians start thinking, you know what, maybe I should just go get a job someplace else and not do this. Nobody appreciates this anymore. Nobody wants us around anymore. We have to watch what we say. Don't say that. Say this. You're offensive. You're not offensive. It's ridiculous. Leave us alone. We know what's funny. We know how to make you smile. Life is supposed to be funny. There's nothing wrong with it. If we were all identical, I'll tell you this, the world would be boring. You wouldn't care Could you imagine you got up with your friends and you said, hey, let's go to the Chinese restaurant. Oh, that's offensive. I'm not going there. No, we're going to go to the restaurant. What? What? What kind of food did they serve at the restaurant? Oh, just food. It's just food. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we go get some Italian food? No, no, no. We're not going to get Italian food. We're just going to get food. Well, what kind of food did they have at the place? Oh, it's just food. Just food. You know, there's a such thing as American food. I would say it's a hamburger. Hamburger and French fries. I don't think the French fries are from France. At least they don't make them in France. I don't even know why they call them French fries. I'll tell you what. You know what really doesn't make me mad? When somebody puts mustard on French fries. That's disgusting to me, but it don't make me mad. You know why? Because I don't eat it. I could watch somebody else eat it, but I don't have to eat it. That's not my thing. Go ahead. Put mustard on your French fries, and to piss you off, I'll put ketchup on my hot dog. Actually, I wouldn't do that. I will never put ketchup on a hot dog. It's disgusting. Now that we're on to hot dogs, I don't even know where my podcast goes. I'm losing my mind these days. I figured with all the pandemic things going on, I'm starting to stutter because I don't know what I'm supposed to say. My hot dog in New York City, when I was going through the streets of New York on my way to school, that's right, I went to school in New York City. I'm a Jersey boy who took the tunnel, and I went into what we call the city, the big, beautiful city, the heartbeat of America, the Big Apple, which is kind of not looking like an apple anymore. It's looking like an apple core. Very, very sad, ladies and gentlemen, very sad. The core of the world, the heartbeat, New York City. Come on, New York. You can do it. You can do it. If they can get through 9/11, we can get through anything. I mean, come on. Let's do this. So I would walk up and down the streets on my way to school, and I would get a hot dog. We called them the dirty water dogs. Anybody remember this? The dirty water dog. And you got one dirty water dog on the corner of a street. And I would have it with cooked onions. Yeah, not white onions, the red ones. The red ones in the sauce. They were called cooked onions. They were delicious. It was by Sabret. And you put the cooked onions on your hot dog. I didn't put mustard on it because I didn't want anything to interfere with the flavor of my cooked onions. You see my thought? And I had it. I had the hot dog. And I walked the streets. And at that time it was $1. $1 for the dog. And you walk the street with the dog in your hand. By the time you got to the next corner, maybe 4 corners away, let's say, on my way to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, because that's where I went to school to study acting. I didn't study acting on YouTube. I didn't go TikTok. Hey, he's famous on TikTok. No, you went to an acting school. You got a degree in performance art in case in the future you wanted to teach other people how to be a performer. So I would have the one dirty water dog, and I'd walk a couple of blocks. Boom, there's another hot dog guy. You bought another hot dog. Same thing. Then you continued with your walk. And then you got to the third hot dog stand and you got a yoo-hoo. Are you listening? You got a yoo-hoo. 2 dirty water dogs and a yoo-hoo. Cost you $3 on the streets of New York. And you bought it from a stranger who took that hot dog out of a pool of boiling water. You don't even know what the hell was in it, but you didn't care because it tasted great. That's adolescence. That's growing up. And there was so many people walking up and down the streets, and nobody bothered anybody. And you bumped into people left and right. Boom, boom, bang, boom, boom, bang. It was kind of cool. It was cool. Look, I just made somebody hungry. Well, that's the way I think about that. Now, I was talking about potluck. My mother always had potluck, but she never had it where the potluck was going to be the main amount of the dish of the day. She had enough food that she could feed 50 people no matter what. So if you brought something over and we didn't eat it, she gave it back to you and you took it home. How cool is that? Because if you left it, she's going to make fun of you anyway. She could take a tuna casserole, put it in the refrigerator. We'd eat all the pasta, macaroni. We'd eat all the things that we were supposed to eat. We had a lot of fun laughing and joking with my friends of all different kinds of colors. Nobody cared. As long as we were having fun, laugh and joke and say what you want. As soon as we were done, my mother would take that tuna casserole and hand it back to the person that brought it and said, "Here, you take this back. We're not going to have it. You take this back." And then when they left, she said, "Who the hell would bring a tuna casserole over to my house?" And we laughed because she meant well. In my refrigerator when I was a kid growing up, I mean, I don't even know how I'm getting on these topics, but my mother always had ginger ale. She had a big 2-liter bottle of ginger ale. How many people remember when a 2-liter bottle was made of glass? It was made of glass and it was heavy. You had to pick that up. So for little kids, you're going like, hey, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop it. Right? The big 2-liter, big thing of glass. You got the root beer from ShopRite. It wasn't even a brand name. You had no frills. How many people remember no frills? No frills. Remember this? Hey, Billy, how you doing, man? It's nice to see you. Billy Wilkins. In my hometown of Scotch Plains, New Jersey, a lot of celebrities came out of this town. A lot of celebrities. And a rising celebrity, singer, songwriter, guitar player, musician, Billy Wilkins. Make sure you guys watch him in the podcast writing to me right now. Spread the word. Billy, I'm on my way back, buddy. We'll do this in my basement, old school, when I finally get back to New Jersey. We were talking about the way things used to be. But, yeah, there was the old school ShopRite, No Frills brand. Remember No Frills, everybody? It was a white label with blue lettering that said No Frills. I don't think anybody even knew what that meant. I think it meant there was no name, so it wasn't going to taste that great. But instead of it being $2 for a 2-liter, it was 50 cents. So that's what you bought, and you drank that. You didn't even know there was a better brand till you went over to somebody else's house that had better soda than you. So we had root beer, not Coca-Cola, but cola. Remember cola? It was cola, not Coca-Cola, cola. And ginger ale. And we had the ginger ale. You know why we had ginger ale? Because it cured your problems. If you had a sore throat, Mommy said, drink the ginger ale, you'll feel better. Right? If you had a sneeze, you had the sniffles, drink the ginger ale, it'll make you feel better. Right? You had a headache, drink the ginger ale. The ginger ale fixes everything. You broke your leg, drink the ginger ale. It'll fix your leg. Vinny.vidi.vixie.travel is writing to me on Instagram, for those of you who are listening on Spotify and iTunes. So when I acknowledge it, I just want to let you know this person's writing the nicest thing. We used to have our parties in the basement. Of course, there was a kitchen in the basement too. And that's right. I still have a kitchen in my basement, a washer, a dryer, a television, my drum set, and a bar, and a place for everybody to come, relax, have beer. Birch beer, that's right. How many people remember Birch beer? Thank you, Donna, for saying that. Birch beer, it was like a version of root beer. I don't even know what the hell it was, but it was birch beer. It tasted a little bit different, just different enough for you to go, this tastes like shit. That's your birch beer. Ah, the good old days, folks. I have to share with you that what I see in the news, and I watch the news every day because I don't want to be the entertainer that gets red flagged for saying something that I shouldn't say. That's not me. I always talk about my life and things of joy. But when I watch the news, it could be very depressing. I'm sure it's depressing for many, many people. First, we go through a quarantine. They tell you stay in the house because if you go out, you'll die. And it scares the crap out of you. And you don't want to leave the house and you stay in. Then you start calling people you haven't spoken to in years. And you ask, are you all right? Is everybody all right? And then you hear some bad news. Then you watch the news, and all you see is bad stuff. Then you see the rioting and the looting, and it just breaks your heart because you're looking at places that maybe you went to and you like those people, no matter what race they were, and you're like, wow, holy shit, leave them alone, leave them alone. And then you see the peaceful protest and you say, oh, thank God. Okay, I'm in Hollywood. Look at that. That's cool. And a lot of people that I know, entertainers over at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, I love and respect like family. I don't want anything to happen to them. And they're doing pretty good. And it looks really, really cool. And you're happy with that. And you're like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, the next day, something comes up and they're starting to remove statues. They're spray painting the face of Christopher Columbus. Take down the statue of Christopher Columbus. And I'm Italian. One of the greatest celebrations of all the Italians around the world is Columbus Day Parade in New York City. How'd that one just get into trouble? It's not even going to happen till October. Family businesses are getting looted. Yes, I know. We're watching. So it's really, really sad. And I'm thankful today that so many people are writing into my show, calling on me to bring a smile to their face. And what I could do is I could bring a smile to your face. Of course, if you watch my funny skits on YouTube. Folks, it's free to watch these funny skits on YouTube. It's free. You don't pay anything. The advertisers pay. Not that much, trust me. So I came up with a news family, and I called it my fake news family. And the news, of course, is that of comedy. And it's a parody on what's going on today. And I can't socialize with a lot of different people, so I do it myself. I do all the characters myself. So I created my Uncle Tommy, who's not a fictional character. My Uncle Tommy hasn't been with us in quite some time, but he's from back in the good old days, and it's fun to watch my Uncle Tommy. I really do have friends that are from the beach. And I had a friend, his name was Mooney, and he talked like this, dude, what's going on, man? And I never really even knew what he was talking about, but it was fun to have him around. So I'm actually going to bring that to the stage and see if we can't have fun with Cousin Mooney. And I always had an idea that maybe I can actually be an alter ego and be maybe female or somebody who thinks they're female. Or what I'll do is I'll let you wonder who Michelle is. Just a wonder, and it's fun. And Michelle talks like this, hi, how are you? Oh my God. You got to see the show. And you'll have a lot of fun with these characters, and I've been putting them up on YouTube. So if you want to have some fun, I will know who you are, and I will know when you subscribe, and I hope that you do. And you just go to youtube.com/Mike Marino Live. Leave me a message. I'll get back in touch with you, and I promise you I will make you laugh all the time because I could make you forget about life just for a little while. I appreciate that. You are such a genuinely nice guy. So glad I have met you. Well, I'm coming back to Florida, Leah, and I know that's Leah Olstein. I met you at the premiere of Silent Partners in Fort Lauderdale, I believe. And thank you for saying God bless me, and God bless you too. God bless everybody. We need God in our lives, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, we need God in our lives more than we ever have. You know, maybe if you don't want to worship a statue that you believe is a nightmare and a horror, worship our Lord. Find some peace in Jesus. No jeans in Magletta. Oh, somebody else is writing in Italian. Man, I better sharpen up my Italian. So YouTube.com/Mike Marino Live. I would appreciate reading a comment from you. If you like what you see, let me know. Maybe there's more characters you want to talk about. You let me know. We can make that happen. I also have some new stand-up clips that are coming out and a whole new comedy tour. We'll do something different and more fun. Hey, Betsy Donatelli, how are you? Thank you so much. I'm praying for peace myself. So for everybody who's chiming in right now, I just wanted to do a 35-minute podcast right now, which eventually will be on YouTube, and it will be on all my podcast channels. I'm coming. My first show is June 25 in Naples. June 25 in Naples, Florida. I'm coming to Off the Hook Comedy Club. June 25, 26, 27, 28. We are going to social distance inside the club. Instead of selling out all the shows, we're going to do them half capacity, which could be a lot of fun. We're going to check it out. We're going to see what it's like. This is going to cause me to come up with some new material about what's going on in the world, and I'm happy to do that. And we're going to bring some jolly good laughs. I'll even bring the root beer and the birch beer. June 25 through 28, Off the Hook Comedy Club, Naples, Florida. From there, I'm going to go down to New Jersey and visit my family. While I'm in New Jersey, I'm hoping I'm going to pick up a couple of shows, and then I'm going to go back to Florida. So on July 29 through August 2nd, I will be at Visani's Comedy Theater in Port Charlotte. The rest of the comedy tour will be at MikeMarino.net, and hopefully none of these shows will get canceled. God knows I lost 3.5 months of comedy shows. Nino Giangelo is the best. All right, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Conchetta. And Steve and everybody, I hope you all come to the show. Let's do some quick shout outs to our sponsors who make my show possible. Anybody could sponsor a show, many shows, live events, whatever you want. I love to have food sponsors because sometimes I get a lot of delicious food and it makes me happy. Who doesn't love food? So here in California, once again, big shout out to Foggia Italian Market and Deli in Lakewood, California. Lakewood, California is just outside San Pedro and Long Beach, California. And we're talking about one of the most incredible Italian delis. I love going down there. I love the food that they have. You go down to the Foggia Italian Market and Deli and tell them Mike Marino sent you and that you'd like to have the Mike Marino sandwich. It's delicious. It's a meatball sandwich. They named it after me. I love going down there. You're going to see Bob, Linda, and all his kids and his staff. They're really, really great. 5522 Del Amo Boulevard, Lakewood, California. You can see them on the internet at www.foggiadeli.com. Foggiadeli.com. Give them a call. Tell them I said to call them up and break their balls. Call them up. Break their balls. 562-627-0987. All right. Once again, or speak Italiano? No, un poco Italiano, un beso. Dami un beso. A little bit. I don't even know what I'm saying. My Italian is so bad. I speak Jersey. That's about it. 562-627-0987, Foggia Deli, Lakewood, California. Are you? I'm a full-blooded Italian. I am Abruzzese. My mother's from a city called Duronia, Campobasso. All right? My title sponsor for the next couple of months will probably take him with me all the way through to Christmas. Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. Thank you, Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. Folks, it's not just pizza. All the Italian delicacies we all know and love, okay? They've been around for 50 years. It started with the parents, it's left to the children, and now these Italian kids are doing the best that they can. You can go in there now, have some fun, enjoy yourself. Regina's Pizza, Akron, Ohio. Let's find out exactly where they are for everybody. They're on 2160 East Avenue, right across the street from the Acme, since 1970 in Akron, Ohio. Look them up on the internet, www.reginaspizza.com, and that's in Ohio. So, Vini, Vixie, I'll tell you what, you instant message me, and I'll buy you a pizza at Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. All right, we're going to set that up. Don't forget, DM me or instant message me. Let me know, and we'll send you down there. I hope it's not too far from you. I think Ohio's not that big of a place. Right? Okay? And we'll do that for you. And I'll do that out here in California too. Okay. So Robert Catalano is who I'm talking about right now. He owns Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. So Robert, while I'm doing this on Instagram, somebody's writing in that they're in Ohio. I have a celebrity friend that I keep on asking to go to Regina's Pizza. He's one of the lead singers in a rock band from back in the 50s. They wrote the music, The Letter. And I want him to go there. His name is, oh my God, Arthur Michaud. He's French. He's the guitar player in the band that sang the song The Letter. So I'm going to get him to go to Regina's Pizza, sign an autograph, buy a pizza on me. I'm buying these pizzas. And Vini, Vidi, Vixie, you write to me, instant message me, and I will get you what you want when you go there. And Robert, who owns the Regina's Pizza, is watching right now. So we're all going to make this happy. All right, Robert, I hope you're okay with this. I will take care of this personally. All right? Regina's Pizza, Akron, Ohio, since 1970. Look them up on the internet, everybody. Regina'sPizza.com. And I ain't even kidding. Their menu is out of control. Out of control. I'd give anything to go down there right now. I mean, look at the pizzas. Small meat lovers pizza, large meat lovers pizza, jumbo meat lovers pizza. I'm starving over here. Look at the onion rings, cheese sticks, sauerkraut. Sauerkraut balls? The hell is a sauerkraut ball? You can get a sauerkraut ball. I never even heard of a sauerkraut ball, but I want one. We were talking about hot dogs. I bet you they got the Italian hot dog down there. Italian hot dog's a hot dog, and they put usually red and green and onions, peppers, and all the stuff like that onto the hot dog. And we will make that happen. Sauerkraut balls, fried banana peppers, zucchini sticks. Watch this. I'm going to make everybody hungry as shit right now. Hey, who's watching? Who's watching the show? You want to get hungry? I'm going to piss everybody off. The mini lunch menu. Are you listening? The mini lunch special. Look, somebody just wrote me, you should make a YouTube channel. Mike Marino live on YouTube. I have an outstandingly large YouTube channel. So, Dana Media, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, please. I appreciate that. An antipuesto salad, chef salad, onion rings, French fries, steak fries, Joe's, fried mushrooms, cheesesteaks, fried ravioli, macaroni bites, jalapeno cream peppers, cheese peppers, personal garlic, cheese bread, zucchini sticks, fried banana pepper rings, sauerkraut balls, a plate of spaghetti, a plate of cavatelli. You know, I'm saying this in English because I do know how to say this in Italian. Forget about it, right? Oh, this is just dynamite. I love food. Listen, folks, I do have to get going. My website is now back up and running. We're changing some things. But for the next 2 months, I do have some shows, so spread the love. I'm going to be in Florida, Naples, Florida, and then Port Charlotte, Florida over the next 2 months. Go to MikeMarino.net. Subscribe. You will get my newsletter every Wednesday. Don't forget, go to my YouTube channel. And if you guys want, we're doing some new stuff, okay? In about a week, we're going to have some masks that say Make America Italian Again. Uh-oh, I'm almost out of time. Make America Italian Again masks. Make America Italian Again underwear. Make America Italian Again sweatshirts. Make America Italian Again sweatpants. We got all kinds of great stuff going up on the internet. Here's another mask that says Make America Italian Again. I do got to get going. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.